Hello, this is day 3 of Elden Ring, which was day 4 for most people, but I'm in Australia. So like I said last time, this is mostly going to be a mop-up episode. I don't find anything significant, but the significant things I've already found, I murder them. The panther that was my literal and figurative bête noire for the previous episode is now dead, and I received nothing. I did go inside the little chapel nearby, and I looked at these knights, and I was thinking, where have I seen these before? They look very, very familiar. And I thought, oh, these are the knights from the E3 trailer that you saw on the battlefield. And then I looked a bit closer and realized, no, they're not. They look slightly different. And then I realized, oh yeah, this is a cut Bloodborne enemy. So, I'm glad he found work. While I was here, I also messed around with sleep arrows, which honestly seemed very, very powerful. A single arrow puts an enemy to sleep, and the other ones didn't come looking for me, so I just put the squad to sleep, walked over and killed them all. Also, my shield is a snake now. I did some co-op with Allison Baker, and we killed a very easy early boss that I just missed before. This boss was interesting because after killing it, I got a kind of make-your-own Estus cocktail kit that I actually really like. Basically, when you're at the Sites of Lost Grace, you combine two things inside this flask, and it gives you a one-shot, kind of customized heal thing. So, when you beat the boss, the two you get a stamina regen and you get one that makes you explode. But cause I didn't find this until much later on, I already had other ingredients. And I was able to use those to make, I can make an item that gives me stamina boost and heals my MP, or FP in this game. I could make one that heals my HP and my FP. I could make one that heals my HP and makes me explode. So I really like this. It reminds me a bit of the sort of custom gourds that you got in Sekiro, where there's the gourds that would give you different resistances and immunities. So I like this a lot. I think this has a lot of potential. So after our little adventure there, we went exploring. We killed this Nazgul-looking thing. It didn't have a health bar, but it seemed sort of like a unique elite mob. Didn't get anything for it. We also killed a plant. We didn't get anything for that, but it was sort of guarding the entrance to a ruin where that pumpkin-headed thing from the old gameplay video was. Its helmet is literally called the Pumpkin Helmet, and after you beat it, you get access to the Sorcery Trainer, who I wasn't able to use because my character is a bimbo and doesn't have high enough intelligence. But, notably, she is wearing a different version of the weird, that's called the Karalos mask, that weird sort of headpiece that we saw in the trailer. Most significantly, though, I killed a Geel. And I killed a Geel on my first attempt, which I was quite happy with. I barely made it, but the fight with the Geel is pretty good. The flames leave this really cool scorched effect on the ground, and I fought a Geel on the horse. A Geel proceeded to kill the horse, so I finished him off on foot. He's honestly, I think... I heard a lot of people had problems with him. I think he must have very, very high physical resistance, but not great lightning or ice resistance, because I have been using, I'll just say as a crutch. As a crutch, I've been using this sword that, when you buff it with its weapon art, it gains additional lightning and ice damage, and just using that kind of made mincemeat out of a Geel pretty easily. When a Geel died, I got a Geel's heart, which I was told you could offer at that Dragon Temple, but when I went to the Dragon Temple I couldn't offer it, and I thought, oh, this must be tied to a covenant that's not in the network test. Except then it turns out, no, you can. It's just the altar is sort of, off to the side and you can't find it. So I'll be doing that next time. I have a couple of things to do next time. There is a jellyfish summon that I want because I like jellyfish, and there is a golem boss that I want to go fight. The other two bosses I took out in this, one was a sort of beast knight that reminded me a lot of the Outriders from Dark Souls 3, and his arena was surrounded by these cool little rock worm things. I don't know what these are, they're not hostile, but you can hurt them, and this one here is a mood. I also realised that fall damage doesn't really exist in Elden Ring, so I went back to the tutorial area, and I found the tutorial boss, and I one-shotted it. So having basically done everything, I decided that I would go and murder all the NPCs to see what happened. So when White-Faced Vara dies, you don't get anything, but he does say, who do you think I am? Which, I don't know. I don't know if that's meant to be, like, ironic. If he's actually a nobody and he's like wondering why, or if he's like actually important and he's saying, I'm an important guy, who do you think I am? I guess we'll find out. Killing the merchant in the church is sort of cool because when he's hostile he gets on his donkey and you have mounted combat against the guy on the donkey. You don't get anything if he dies. The sorcery trainer, you can't hurt at all. And, that left Yura. I was a little worried about fighting Yura because Yura's like a samurai. He invaded, he killed a red phantom for me. And, I thought, oh, this guy's really tough. I did manage to kill him. And, again, you don't get anything. But he does say something like, unfortunately I missed recording most of this fight until the very end. I was like, shit, I think I'd hit record. But he says something like, I can't die as long as she is around, and I'm guessing, like, she is referring to whoever is the head of the, like, Bloody Finger faction. So that's kinda it. Before I go, I found a telescope, or more accurately, Allison showed me what the telescope was. And, using the telescope, you can get a nice kind of 360 view of the area, so I've recorded that. And, speaking of telescopes, if you use your telescope where you fought Margit, who I was calling Magritte before, but he's Margit, if you use it there, you can see in the distance the starting area, and there's two big burny faces there, which you'll remember, like, those were in the leaked trailer. But if you go there, they're not there anymore, and I was talking to Allison about it, and we think it might be kind of like in Bloodborne and in Dark Souls 3, where if you look at the distance models, you can see stuff that they hadn't quite like removed yet. It's like a remnant of an old design. So I'm guessing these faces like used to be there and they've gotten rid of them. And I hope it's just these two, because I really like the idea of a giant burning face just sticking out of the map. We don't see any though, apart from this angle. So yeah, that's pretty much all. Tomorrow I'm going to get rid of the golem and the jellyfish, and I have screenshotted pretty much every item description in the game, I think. So when this is all over, we can get to reading those and try to learn some stuff about the world. So yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow for day 4/5, dawn of the final day. And I'll leave you now with some Allison going out of bounds footage, which you can see in full on her channel, which I will link below, and she's promised to find some more, so this is shaping up to be pretty interesting.